Hello and welcome to this feature interview. I'm Emily Carrier. Emory and Henry graduates go on to do amazing things both at home and abroad. Off the top of my head, I know of several Emmy Award winners, a young man in the Department of Defense, many successful politicians, lawyers, doctors, human rights activists, educators, and scholars. Well, there is one woman who is charged with keeping up with all of these fascinating people and all of their exciting life changes. And once a year, we gather to celebrate Emory and Henry and what this institution has done and is doing for us. Homecoming. It's this Saturday, and Director of Alumni Monica Hull is in high gear preparing for the mass return of these fabulous alumni. Monica, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for asking me to come, Emily.
So, we'll start by talking about how long have you been with Emory and Henry?
Forever. I've been here for 29 years. I graduated in 1985, and I've been working for the college since I graduated.
So you began as a student and then returned as a staff member.
Yes, and thanks for not pointing out that that was before you were born. I really appreciate that a lot.
No problem. So it sounds like you were the right woman for this job. How have you seen this campus change from coming as a student, now working for the college?
Oh my gosh, there have been so many wonderful changes, and this should be one great example of just some of the great changes here. The college has moved forward at such a nice pace to keep up with what the needs are for our students and what they're going to need to do in their professional lives after they graduate. And this TV show, all the things that are going on, students, you all have so many more opportunities than we did as students. Loved my student days, but it is fun to see that you all have so many great things going on.
Well, we've got homecoming coming up
Yeah.
this Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest event of the year for the alumni office?
It probably is, at least in terms of size and scope. I mean, we're a school of around 1,000 people, and we have just around 5,000 or 6,000 people who will be on campus this weekend, which is crazy. So as far as size, it probably is the biggest thing that we do. Homecoming, in many ways, I laugh and say that it would go on whether or not I came to work that day, because people sort of take care of themselves that day. They want to see friends, they tailgate, they do those kinds of things. They want to see their friends, and so that really ends up being the most important and special part of homecoming day. So we do a lot of other events where there might be a little more, even more than this, maybe a little more preparation. We have a summer alumni college for 50 or 60 people who come back. We have a party at Rhythm and Roots, for instance, where we have about 130 or 150 people who come by. So those are all nice big events on a much smaller scale than homecoming, of course. But the cool thing is people get to be engaged all throughout the year. And then this one is, like the mecca. It's like the big returning to campus that everybody seems like they want to do.
Right. So you have smaller events throughout the year, and then this is the big party. People
plan their vacations around this day. I'm convinced people plan their babies around this day because they will call and say, "Well, I'm going to get to be at homecoming, but only because the baby came this day and not the other day." So I mean, they really plan to be here. I think it's almost like a religious experience for people. They need to come back to this campus. It's one thing to see people on Facebook, but nothing takes the place of being back on this campus. And they love being here and seeing their friends back in the actual place where they got to make those friends.
Well, Monica, for you, what are you most excited about this weekend?
Well, just every part of it. And honestly, it is the only day when I get to go home just being tired from hugging people all day long. And so that really is the best part of the day. It sort of invokes a little Mr. Mitchell in all of us to be here on that day when just hugging is the order of the day. Seeing people come back from all states, all different countries. I just heard good news about somebody coming in from out of the country. Just people coming in from absolutely every class year to be here to see people and to be back on this campus. That to me really is the best part. There's some cool little gatherings going on. Certain classes are having reunions, of course. Sigma Ota is having a little gathering. Delta Rho Delta is having a big anniversary. The women's basketball team is getting together. I mean, there are lots of smaller groups that are getting together to greet their alums and be together, but it's really just about getting people back here to see each other.
Well, you always have a heartwarming or hilarious story about alums or current students. Do you have anything off the top of your head that you can share with me today on set?
On set? Cameras are rolling. I don't know if I can or not. But I tell you a cute thing that's going to be happening this weekend. There's a group from 1963. In the 60s, they used to use the lobby of Carragher for dances, because it's a big old room, hardwood floors, and they would have dances in there. And the class of 63 said it would just answer some dreams of if we could just do that one more time. So if any of you are in Carrier on Friday night, there's going to be a group of students in there, or group of old students in there who are going to have a dance in there. There's going to be some 60s tunes rolling in that room again. We're going to have some balloons and a little bit of punch happening there. And so that'll be kind of fun for that crew to get together, I think, in that space again.
Wonderful.
And then there are fireworks afterwards, so what's not to love about that?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Big pep rally. There's going to be fireworks Friday night. Can't miss that.
How sweet. All right. Well, Monica, looking forward, I and a couple other of our staff are going to be alums soon, and that's exciting and scary to think about. Tell me how we can use your office as a resource looking forward.
Sure. Well, and we are pleased to work closely with Amanda Gardner's office, the Career Services office, and she really does a whole lot of that edge of just, making the actual work connections and career connections. But we do know people just about everywhere, and one of the greatest things I get to do is try to find somebody, a resource for somebody where they can meet somebody in a region they may be going to or visiting, or maybe in a job field that they're looking at. But as much as anything, what my office really, really does is work to keep you engaged. As much as people get tired of school while they're here, long towards the end of your senior year, you're going to notice you're feeling kind of nostalgic about things, and you're kind of not going to want to give up the place. And so one of the things that we want to be able to do is provide you with a way to sort of always have that connection back to campus, back to your friends, back to the place that made your education possible, and so many fun other things too besides just your education. So we're always here to make sure that you have events in your region to go to, events on campus to come to, lots and lots of ways to keep engaged with Emory and Henry.
Well, Monica, I appreciate your department, and I appreciate you being here with us today.
Well, thanks, Emily. I appreciate you.
This has been your EHCTV feature interview with Director of Alumni Monica Hull. I'm Emily Carrier.